Hi, welcome to Undead Yarn. My name is Heidi. This is episode 69, and you can find me as Knitty Girl on Ravelry and Undead Heidi on Instagram and Twitter. I finished school last week. I'm still kind of in that mode of feeling like I need to get things done. Which is good because I'm getting stuff done around the house that I've been putting off. But anyway, let me go ahead and dive into my works in progress. I did, let's see, the biggest thing I've worked on is the One Love Shawl by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm knitting it with a sock blank from Dana of Unwind. It is from Unwind Yarn Company, and this is her sock blank, and it's called Stained Glass Blank, and it's just a number, so I don't think that she does. I don't think she does repetitive colors on her sock blanks. And this is what I have so far. I'm loving the colors, really pretty. You can see it's mostly purple, pink, and green so far. And there's going to be some other colors when I get towards the end. And right now I have that in my awesome granny bag. And this is for the knit along for Into the Wool. This is for the Spotlight knit along number 3. And I also have another one. Let's see if I have that with me. Yes, over here. And this is in my kitchen counter bag, which you guys have seen before. It's really one of my favorite bags. I love it. Anyway, this I've been working on. I picked it back up. I've been working on my yarn from Night Owl Fibers. That's the young lady I'm going to be sharing a vending booth with at Stitches, Texas. And this is Pumpkin Patch in her sock yarn base, and she winds her balls up very lovely, like like Lollipop Yarn and several other dyers do. Let's see if I can find her card. I'm not sure if I have the card over here. No, I don't have it with me right now. But you can go to my Ravelry page, and she has an Etsy shop you can check out if you want. And then I have one hoe. I finished my Hexen Beast socks. And once I have started, if you've seen on Instagram today, I posted, I got, one of my friends gave me a warping, what is it called? It's not a warping board because I have a warping board. It's called a warping mill, because she was gifted it and then she never used it, so she gifted it to me. So I'm trying to use it. I've wound up what I think is going to work. I may have done it wrong. We'll see. I'm going to try to do one. So I was going to do Hexen Beast with that I just wound, but I think I'm going to do something simpler because I want to make sure that I did it right. I'm not sure if I warped it right. I'm going to have to look online and see how to get it off, and I guess I'll find out when I dye it if I did it correctly. But so this is Hexen Beast. This is in my Vom Fairy base, and I'm going to be dyeing some of this up. Either when I figure out how to do my warping mill correctly, or I may just use my warping board until I figure out what I'm doing on the mill. And that's in my Little Monkey Stitch and Spin bag that I love because it's got Pac-Man on it. I love Pac-Man. And on the inside it has the Space Invaders. Very cool gaming bag. Okay, and so that's really all I've worked on. I didn't work on anything else in the last few weeks. So, next I'm going to do a week in review. A couple weeks ago, we had a knitting group in the domain. That was fun. I got to see my friends Elizabeth and Katie and Chnita and Dina and some of the other ladies came. We had a good time. I finished work. I told y'all that. I got a package from BC Yarnings, and I posted on Instagram. I forgot to bring all of this stuff up, so I posted a picture on Instagram. I was watching the Knit Girls, and I saw Lala. She was knitting with some sock yarn that was a Harry Potter colorway that I thought was really cool. And she said it was on a Targhee nylon base, and I've never had a Targhee nylon base, so I wanted to try it. And I really liked the colorway that Laura had, so I contacted the lady from BC Yarnings, and she sent me a wonderful package. I I almost cried when I opened it. She sent me 2 bags along with the Harry Potter colorway and another colorway I wanted, and then a base for me to try out and stitch markers, and I was just so touched. Thank you so much. That was so wonderful. I will show all those things next time because I just forgot to bring it up. But you can also go on Instagram and see what she gave me, and I promise I'll show them next time because there's some lovelies that you need to check out. She does really great self-striping yarn, and she just recently got into the Loopy U, so if you go to her Etsy shop and you don't see what you want, you can check on loopyu.com. And then I also have some enabling that I didn't show last time. And I'm sorry, there's going to be crinkling. I don't think crinkling's such a bad thing, though. This is spun right round, and I've been wanting to try her yarn for a while. I keep seeing all these colorways that I want to try. And this is called Snappy Socks, and it's Corriedale and nylon. And that's another base that I wanted to try, so that was perfect. It had a color, she had a color that I liked, and it's called Blender. It's fun. It's got, you know, neons and colors that I like with splashes and speckles of black. So this should be fun to knit up. This, I'm pretty sure it'll be socks, but you know, when I look at it, I kind of think Stephen West. So maybe maybe I'll do one of his shawls that he has that has a speckle with like a solid color. I don't know. I have to decide. I like a lot of his patterns. I don't think I've really worked with speckled yarn yet. So I'll have to look and see what I'm going to do with that. Although it would make really great socks because it's Corriedale. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys do with speckled yarn? Let me know. So I have that, and then I got some minis, and I'm sorry, just going to be crinkling. You're just going to have to take those headphones away if that you got your earbuds in, or I got some crinkling. I'm going to be going to, like I said, I'm going to be going to Into the Wool. I'm going to be vending there, and Twist Fiber Studio is also vending there. And I decided I wanted to try, she put out some minis, and I wanted to try her stuff. I just haven't at this point. So she put some minis out in the shop, and I thought that would be a good way to try out her yarn. This one is Ooh Girl, and they're all 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. So this one is Ooh Girl. And this one looks speckled. This one is Speckles for Days. And then this one is Radioactive Rainbow. And they were each $6, so you can try out some different colors. So I got these 3. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Here's a stitch marker. I don't think I'm going to put them in the sock yarn blanket that I'm making for my pets because I want these for something else, something nicer than a sock yarn blanket for my pets. I don't know if I'll ever make a sock yarn blanket for myself. I wanted to do maybe the barn raising squares, but I have to see how much. This is 90 yards, so it's hopefully enough. If I wanted to do barn raising squares, I could do one with these. Some mini skeins are really tiny, and I don't really like the mitered square blanket. I don't really like the way they look, so I'm not gonna. I know I won't do that one, that Cozy Memories or whatever people call it. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm not gonna be doing that. But I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I know I've decided with the minis that I got from Cajun Girl Knits, I'm probably going to do some Franken socks. That's what I'd like to do with those, because those are self-striping, so I think that'll be fun to put them together. So that's enabling. Let's see. Oh! It's time to pull. I forgot for the autism awareness. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little scattered because, like I said, I'm just off of work and it's weird to me. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm still like in that work mode brain. I have to get out of that. But anyway, it's the end of the month, or the month ended, so I'm ready to pull for my next month. This is the second month of the Autism Awareness Knit Along, and there were, well, first I'm going to talk about the Undead Yarn FOs. There have been several this month, which has just been really nice for me to see. I love seeing what people do with my yarn. So let's see. Let me show you what has been done this month. It was the month of May. So here's the first one. This one I think is so cute. If it was a smaller pattern, I might even consider knitting it, but it's really big. This is by Talia of Franciscan Gypsy Designs, and it's a little unicorn, and it's knit with my Purple Vein and then one of my Roadkills, and I just think it's adorable. I love the way it came out. I just know I don't have the patience to knit a big toy. I just won't do it. And then Yarning for a Smile knit a hat. And I don't know what the pattern is. I'll look up the pattern and link the designer in the show notes. But she used my Wood Nymph colorway, and it's hard to tell from this picture. For me, a lot of times when I watch it back, it looks better. But it's my Wood Nymph, and it's got browns and greens and yellows and burgundy. And I love the way the pattern does on the top of the hat. It's got a swirl. And then there was a scarf made with my Autism Awareness, and this is crocheted, and I love the pattern of the scarf. It's so cute. It's just a fun pattern. And then that one was made by Neater C. And then Lemcall made socks. She looks like, yeah, she made the monkey socks with my Balam colorway, which I just love. It's purple and black and brilliant blue, and I love how they came out. They look beautiful. And then there's one more, but that one is a June one, so I'm not going to show that one until next month. And so for the Undead Yarn FO thread for this month, I pulled for a winner who gets a $7 or less pattern, and the winner for that was Yarning for a Smile. So PM me and let me know your address. I probably have it somewhere, but please PM me and tell me that you heard this and that you tell me what pattern you want, so I know what to send you. Oh wait, I don't need your address. Just PM me and let me know what pattern you want. $7 or less on Ravelry. Okay, and then, the Autism Awareness FO thread. I pulled for the Molly Makes DIY home book that I showed you, and along with a little embroidery kit, and the winner for that was Graceless. I should have looked up her name. I didn't put her name down. Graceless on Ravelry. And then I pulled from the Chatter thread, and I have a prize here that you're going to win some yarn and a pattern for a hat. And this is Rowan Pure Wool. And it comes with a little bit of red because there's a letter that goes in the hat, and it's called, I think it's called the Eddie's hat. I don't remember off the top of my head. But the winner for that is Yarn Sit. And so if you PM me Yarn Sit, let me know your address so I can mail this to you. And then Gracielous, I also need you, it's GRACIELOUS. If you can email me too and let me know your address so I can send you your magazine and your embroidery pattern. So those are all of the things for this month. And here is the article, or the magazine I was talking about last month. It says Catching Autism Before Age 3. And let me go ahead and go see if I can find the page right here. Good, it's labeled page 44. And this is a magazine that's put out by the Speech ASHA. It's the American Speech and Hearing Association. And what they have decided to do, what they have been trying to do, is trying to detect autism before age 3. From my experience and from research, the earlier you get children into therapy and to give them the help, it seems like the faster they recover or the better chance they have, not of recovering necessarily, but of improving and getting better at their speech and language skills. The better, because for some, I guess it's just that malleable young mind. It's better if you start younger. So they have been looking at some of the risk factors for that. And I'm trying to find, oh, okay. There was a list, I don't know where I saw it. There's supposed to be a list. They're looking for certain milestones. And there are certain milestones. This is different from the article I had on, somebody had sent it to me online. But this one looks different from the article I looked at online. That one had a list of milestones that you look for. Okay. This right here just shows ASD criteria. I'm sorry, I'm looking through this. I don't understand why this article is different. Maybe they sent me a different article. But basically they're looking at milestones to see. Okay, so it says a 3-month-old who doesn't make much eye contact may not seem alarming. It can disrupt parent-child interactions. So if your child isn't making eye contact and when they're really young baby, that's one sign. It says another sign is children who don't babble. And you know how a lot of kids say ba ba ba, ma ma ma, ga ga ga, da da da, and people think that they're actually saying mama. They're actually not. They're not saying it meaningfully yet. When they first start saying that, they're just practicing. They're learning how their mouth and their tongue and everything works. It's not until they consistently say mama every time they see you that that's actually a thing. So if your child isn't babbling, that's another sign. I think these are things that I also, it says feeding issues. I don't work with feeding issues, but a lot of SLPs do in the hospitals. So if they're having trouble with feeding, that may be another sign. I don't think there's anything new to add here from what I said last time. But they are looking at a lot of the milestones. So if you go to, there's a lot of websites you can go to find out milestones for children ages 0 to 3. And if your child isn't meeting the milestones, that might be a warning sign that they may or may not have autism. And in the United States, you should be able to get a free diagnosis through, when they get to be 3, they go through the school system. Before age 3, there are some infant parent programs, and they may be under different names here. They're Easter Seals, and I believe it's called Infant Parent, and there's also some other ones. So you could look in where you live to see where you could get your child screened if you're concerned. And that would be for a speech and language issue, but in general, children who have autism also have speech and language issues. So usually there's a dual diagnosis there. Usually you test for both at the same time. So that's what the issue looks like. And every year in April, when it's Autism Awareness Month, there is a special issue that's dedicated to autism. So that's some information for you guys. Oh, I wanted to show, there are going to be some prizes that were not claimed from last month. Not last month, from the Shawl Along. And those things are going to become prizes for you guys. Now, I don't think I have them in my basket, but I have shown them before. There was this skein of yarn from Lone Star Arts. She's fabulous, and she has there's a stitch marker that goes with it. It's a zombie colorway, and it has a zombie stitch marker. It says, "Keep calm and kill zombies." And there's also a wonderful cashmere blend sock yarn that was a pink colorway from Barb Dragon, and it's very squishy. So anybody who wins either one of those, you're going to be excited. And this is a colorway. This is from Mustache, and I got it at the Hill Country Weavers Retreat. This is a Wildflowers, Fields of Wildflowers, and it's got 4 uneven stripes. There are a couple of people who have knit it up on Ravelry, so you can see what it looks like. And this is going to be a special prize next month for people who have either knit one of Franciscan Gypsy's designs, knit a design by Crocheting Hoovian, or have used my yarn in the autism awareness for the month, have posted an FO using one of my yarns for the autism awareness knit along, crochet along. So those people that I just showed you the FOs from, they can all post in the thread. And then if you've knit or crocheted one of the patterns by one of those other ladies, 2 ladies that I mentioned that are also participating in the autism awareness knit along, crochet along, which is run basically by Pinhook and Needles, which is Talia and Marlicia, then you will be eligible to win this as a prize. So that's going to be a special one. And I also wanted to mention we're getting closer to 1,000 members. Not quite there yet, about 980 or so people in there. And those people will be who enter in the thread and tell me either something you like about my podcast or something you like about other podcasts. You will be entered to win this bag. This is one of the prizes. There's 3 prizes. This bag that I got at the Hill Country Weavers Retreat. These patterns with some Shibui Knits luxury yarn. Enough to knit this cowl. It's just the right amount for the cowl. Or you can win also another skein I have of Mustache. This is Dark Side of the Moon. So if you go to that thread, you must be a member of the group. I noticed that I was looking through the thread and somebody had dropped out. Sorry, you're not going to be eligible for the prize at this point. So you need to be a member of the group and comment in the thread for the 1,000 member giveaway. Once I reach 1,000 members, I will pull for the prizes and you can win one of those. I also, I showed all that stuff and now I forgot to tell you guys that going back to the Autism Awareness Knit Along, thank you all of you who bought the colorway from me. We raised $72.60 for autism awareness, so I sent them a check a couple weeks ago. And I sent the check to the Autism Society, which I've found does a lot of things for people with autism. And one thing that I find special that they do is they are working on trying to find jobs for people who are graduates, either graduated from high school or from college and are looking for jobs. So I think that is pretty amazing. I'm not really reading anything new I'm still reading the same stuff I've talked about. Mostly the last couple of weeks of school, I just kind of went to work and came home and sat in front of the TV and knit. So I did a lot of TV watching. Actually, mostly Netflix. I'm still watching X-Files Season 1, and I actually saw an episode that was good. It's funny because most of them are really cheesy and campy, the first season, but I saw one that was really good the other day, so I think it's starting to pick up now. We watched Bloodline Season 2, and we are already done with it. That was excellent. I really highly recommend that series if you like dark dramas. It's just unbelievably... It's very dark, but it's really good. The acting is excellent. And then I've already started watching Bitten Season 3, and this one... there's a lot of lone wolves out there, and they're trying to force them to be part of the pack. And there's also some other weird things going on that some surprises will come out of. And I started watching Nurse Jackie. It's so weird. It's hard to hate her, but at the same time, she's doing such horrible things. She really is an advocate for her patients, which makes you kind of like her, but at the same time, she's doing some horrible things to her family, like cheating on her husband so she can get prescription drugs from the drug guy at the hospital, and it's kind of gross. But it's got its moments. It's interesting, so I've been watching that. And I watched the whole first season of Slasher. I was watching Tish Knits. She has a podcast. She lives in Arkansas, and she used to run the Arkansas Fiber Festival. And she mentioned that she had been watching Slasher, and I thought, oh, well, she likes it, I'll give it a try. And it was really good, too. It had some good acting. I really am impressed with Netflix and all the little series and things they've been putting out. Bloodlines is one of theirs. Excellent series. Slasher's one of theirs. It's an excellent series. And, everybody's heard about Orange is the New Black. That's really good. And also, what's the one with Kevin Spacey? One about the presidential one. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm very impressed with Netflix. They've been doing a great job. We've had some internet problems, so I am hoping that I will be able to get this done and uploaded soon. We shall see. I'm going to cross my fingers that it works out. And everybody get busy knitting or get busy dying. I'll talk more about Into the Wool next time. I am going up there with some of my friends, so we'll talk about that more next time. But anyway, next time I see you guys, I will probably be coming back from Houston Fiber Fest, so there might be a 2 or 3 week hiatus this time because I have a wedding to go to, and maybe not. Maybe I'll record next week. We'll see. Anyway, get busy knitting or get busy dying.